Hello, Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. There's a topic that I touched on my last video that I wanted to expand on a bit. The idea that you are an immortal being in a timeless reality that knows everything that it needs to know. And that you came to a place that you wanted to come to a physical density and you wanted to experience great contrast, and just to remind you that you are a very strong soul to come into this place, into this time. Because this is an insane asylum, and the inmates are waking up, and they're understanding that this is a game, and that you are immortal, and that you came to play this game, and to have great polarity, to have the ability to love unconditionally, to love your child, to love your mother, to love your father, your friends, what have you, your cat, your dog, you know, that you would rescue them and save them even before your own life, and to have that positive range of emotions, and at the same time on the spectrum, to rape, to pillage, to, you know, to do all these crazy things, and to take, you know, go and destroy whatever and take all their stuff, and then come back home and love your child unconditionally, to have that type of experience, to be in great darkness and then to come into great light, is the unique experience that you chose to have in this lifetime. But in this insane asylum called Earth, the inmates are starting to wake up, and they're understanding that there is more, and that there's more to themselves, and they're starting to wake up in such a way that other beings in creation are reaching out to them, and they are having an understanding, and we've been given a lot of information on how to reach out ourselves to other civilizations. There's a lot of controversy around that. You know, a lot of people are still looking for extraterrestrials, and they're not looking to terrestrial sources because they're meant to be passive, and they're meant to be non-invasive. You know, if UFOs just came and landed, besides some other consequences of being in proximity to a holistic being, like, you know, freaking out your psychology, because it would reintegrate you on such a level that you would remember things that you weren't really ready to deal with, many things that you weren't ready to deal with. And a lot of people think they might be ready, but, you know, there's a lot of things that would be integrated within your consciousness that would be counterproductive. So they need to be integrated slowly over time, and that's what we're all doing. And this is why this information from all these different channels are coming through. And you have Darryl, Anka, and you have Brad Johnson, and you have the Carroll for KYRON, and all these other channels. And they've been doing it, a lot of them, for close to the same span, very near. Like KYRON and Bashar are pretty close within years, and saying a lot of the same things, giving a lot of information. And Adronis, channeled by Brad Johnson, was saying, you know, just to give you an idea of immortality and forever, that you are an immortal being. If you were to go and you were on a planet, and let's say you can go from planet to planet to planet to any celestial body within 1 second, just, you know, transfer yourself. Zap, 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 zap. If you had billions upon billions upon billions of years in your lifetime, and you were to go from planet to planet to planet once every second, you would not go to all the celestial bodies within our galaxy. Our galaxy. Now, there are billions upon billions of galaxies in this universe, and there's an infinite amount of universes. So let that blow your brain out, because it's like, whoa, you know. And that's just a touch on eternity. And you're immortal, and you've been around for a number that's indistinguishable to the human consciousness. There's just not a number or representation, if it even is applicable, to apply a number to it, because obviously infinity is a number that a lot of people fight over, and a lot of people fight with. It's funny that mathematicians, some of them don't like, scientists and mathematicians don't like infinity, the symbol. But if you don't use it in a lot of equations, like the Big Bang, for instance, and the inflation theory and the Big Bang theory complex, if you don't use infinity, the whole mathematics breaks down, and it doesn't work. So if you put infinity, or God, or Yahweh, or higher power, or organic connection between all living things, or all that is, into the equation works out. I think that's the aspect that a lot of them don't like, because the human mind can't grasp that. It can't quantify it. The ego can't put its hooks in it and say that I know what's going on, so that I know I'm safe. That's something that I don't know what to do with, and it's not something I can quantify, so I don't know that I'm safe. I don't like it. I don't like it. So anyway, it's a little rant on there for the idea of eternity, but I think that's useful to know that your ego might fight over that as well. It doesn't may not like the idea of eternity, and it's not that the idea itself pisses it off, it's the idea that it can't get its mind around it, because its job is to keep you safe, and you created it to have a chess piece on this game board called Earth, and you put certain things in there that you wanted to experience, parts of the personality complex and all those types of things. So again, on this idea of being an immortal being in a timeless reality, we are all starting to remember more and more. If you're watching this, it's likely that you're starting to remember more and more, and even feel, sense, taste, everything is different. I had some realizations when I was in New York. I was shoveling snow, and there was a moment that I realized, there was a bird flying by, and I realized I was the bird, and aspects of the snow on a molecular level, and parts of the grass, and this and that, and parts of the pole, and even more that I couldn't consciously get my mind around at the time. I was like, whoa, that's interesting. And I was doing a lot of the exercises that Bashar was suggesting, and other like channels. So again, on this idea of being forever, just be a little easier on yourself, because I don't think the human mind can truly put its mind around it. I don't know that because I think Adronis is 5th or 6th density being. I don't quite honestly remember, and they still can't quite put their mind around eternity. I mean, they see it, but to be able to convey it into a language, or into language, I'm not sure that's even possible. Maybe as a resonance, as a vibration, there's a frequency that represents that. Because I know I've had some experiences of unconditional love, and Bashar is saying that we're only experiencing about 1%, at least. The last video I saw, that was some years ago, maybe more now, but let's just say that it's 1, 2, 3% that I've been experiencing. Let's just call it 1% of 100% of what unconditional love feels like. Whoa! I mean, that was so much that I just felt like it was going to blow out the light bulb. Burn out the light bulb. Was just so much, and that's the idea. That's probably the vibration of eternity. At least that's what I would gather. That's what I would guess. I just wanted to share that. Please like and share your comments, and send me, if there's a topic that you want to hear about, please go ahead and send it to me. I love doing things that people have sent over, because it addresses things that are being requested, so you get a lot more synchronicity, I believe, that way. So I think that's everything I wanted to share. Thank you very much. Love and light, and have a fantastic day.